Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2025 NFC West Preview. I am your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. Our powers combined. We are your HBCU homeboys. We are here to talk NFC West game.
We are here. We are here. This is the culmination tonight. We do AFC
West
West,
Coast
NFC West.
Production. West Coast Productions.
Last videos of the previews for the 2025 season that starts on Thursday. We got a lot more recording. We have fantasy football tomorrow. That will be live, right?
No, will not be live. No.
Oh, so we record fantasy football tomorrow. And then the game is Thursday, and of course, kickoff weekend goes all the way through Monday. So without further ado, I am your co-host, Reggie.
And I already told y'all who I am. And y'all know who we are. Say it.
Let's get
Like
started.
You've been there. Act like
Let's
you've been
get
there.
started. Let's go NFC West. Let's go NFC West. Let's go Arizona. First on the docket. Last year they went 8-9. Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray, first year together, not really fully on the same page. A roster in flux, franchise in flux. What you see for this team?
I don't see much of anything. Kyler Murray is a very expensive quarterback that I'm not sure if I'm not going to say I don't think he's worth it, but I don't think that he's worth it in this place. I think that they're paying a lot to be lucky to be mid. I don't see there being a future where they're the best team in this conference, in this division. And I see them struggling. And to pay a guy that much money to struggle does not seem like a good outcome. They did draft Walter Nolan, defensive tackle from Ole Miss. Will Johnson, great pickup, cornerback from Michigan in the second round. Jordan Birch, edge from Oregon. Cody Simon, linebacker from Ohio State. Denzel Burke, cornerback from Ohio State. Hayden Connor, offensive guard from Texas. And round 7, Keaton Crawford, safety from Nevada. Number one, this says a lot of defense, a ton of defense to me. A defensive tackle, cornerback, edge, linebacker, one offensive guy out of the 7 they picked.
Yeah, this defense is going to be young, but Will Johnson was penciled in as the number 1 cornerback like the first day he got out there. After day 1, they were like,
young, but they ready.
He reminds me of Patrick Surtain. He is a technician.
I like
he
him.
And Marvin Harrison Jr. going at it. They're going to make each other better, like Jamar Chase and Stingley. You went through who they drafted. They also signed Josh Sweat away from the championship Eagles as the edge to go with Dalvin Tomlinson, as well as Calais Campbell. So from what I've seen, now Calais Campbell, I think this is just really
hey, bro, he is a
sign
mercenary.
Him to, this is I'm gonna end it. He went back to Jacksonville. He's playing with his teams that he already played with, but they've added a lot of size in the trenches on defense. Yeah. They struck out with Isaiah Golly, I can't think of his last name. Played for Clemson. They drafted him in the first round. Yeah, Isaiah Simmons. He got cut from his 4th or 5th team. Just didn't work out. Freak athlete. Reminds me of Taylor Mays. Just didn't work out. But so they're kind of resetting the bar on defense. So I do see them improving. I don't know if I don't see them improving. I think they're going to be the exact same thing 8-9 because I didn't really see what they did on offense to add anything to Marvin Harrison Jr. Even though he bulked up 15 pounds, it's still Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr. and the running back that with the feel good story. I can't think of his name, but so I think they're going to need to make another move at the free agency before the free agency deadline in order to be competitive. Otherwise, they're going to be 3rd in the division, maybe 4th.
Yeah, I see the same thing from them. I think it's reasonable to keep their expectation low. And I think they're going to try to probably move on from Kyler. And I think that in another place, Kyler might be okay.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. I mean,
the thing about it is, especially with, and we want to temper our expectations. We saw Arch Manning play, and I think some people should be like, oh, let's try something different. And I think that Nussmeier was good. I think Lenore Sellers he looked good, but still developmentally, this is probably going to need some more reps. Kyler, Steelers, Saints,
Colts,
possibly Jets. There are places where I think he could go, and if you have the right quarterback OC combination, he could still probably cook. I just don't know
Colts is tailor-made for him. Indoors, you already have pretty much a ready-made team. I mean, right. Which is what you want, and you'd be a discount.
I don't know how much money it would take. The money hit because him getting paid so much. I don't know if the Cardinals probably not gonna give him away. It's not that bad because it's a deal where the team that would take him needs him, and they'll probably want a first rounder back, or at least a second rounder.
You can package. You have pieces like Anthony Richardson to like stop the bleeding and still hold out hope and all of that stuff.
You're right.
That would work, but all in all, I mean, we don't have to go in the deep depth of Arizona's future plans because right now,
I will tell you this schedule is amazing. Their schedule is beautiful. You start out with the Aints, then you get the Panthers, then you get the 49ers who don't have a receiver who's ready. Then you get Seattle, which questionable scam Darnold. Then you get Tennessee with Cam Ward in his rookie season. You get Indianapolis, who Anthony Richardson might be the starting quarterback by now. Then you get to Green Bay. You play 6 games of, I mean, you could potentially steal all of these.
No, but I mean, you play 1, 2, 3 teams out bet that are perceived to be out of it already in New Orleans, Carolina, and Tennessee.
And San Francisco does not have a wide receiver.
And we'll get to them. Yeah. And then you got the 2 teams in your division. The only scheduled loss I see for them on that is probably Green Bay.
Yeah, but that's week 7. The first 6 weeks, they could potentially start out 6-0. 5-1 if they lose to Seattle. But you shouldn't lose to Tennessee. You shouldn't lose to the Colts. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But then it gets real though. Then you got Dallas, Seattle, San Francisco.
It don't get that San
Francisco, Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, Rams, Houston.
That's where it's a little gauntlet.
Atlanta, Cincinnati, Los Angeles Rams again. Yeah, it gets real at the end of the season.
But you could have, if you do your work early, you could kind of bum rush yourself to feeling like you're better than you really are and playing above your skill level.
8, 9, 9, and 8. That's where I see them. I see them. You're right. They can start out 5-1, and then they'll end up 4-8 for the rest of the season.
And that will get you fired. Oh, he was on fire. Oh, now fire him. Woo! Yeah. Now it is a end of the schedule get you fired type of deal, but you could also say
right around Thanksgiving, you can go ahead and start packing up.
No. It's Green Bay, then it's the bye week. Hey, when you come back from that bye week, buckle up, my boy. Let me tell you that much. But overall, I think about the same thing.
So what's next? You want to? What you got? Oh yeah, what's the record prediction?
I'm about the same. Numbers. I'm the same thing about 9 and 8. I think that you probably realistically 4-2. Yeah, they could probably get to 9 and 8, especially with injuries. I think that there's potential that Cincinnati could be out of it by then. And also, you don't know if Matt Stafford is going to hold up. Playing Matt Stafford for the very last game of the season probably means you might be playing Stetson Bennett. And if you're playing Stetson Bennett, then you should probably win.
Hey, man. Steady done got his life together.
So show me. Next up,
Speaking of steady, Rams are next.
Right to them. Right to
Let's
them.
go. Let's go. 10-7 last year. Made it to the second round of the playoffs. No, they lost to the Philadelphia. Yeah, they made the second round. They lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles were just a superior team and probably gave the Eagles the toughest game in the playoffs. Now that I think about it, their pass rush is crazy. Jared Verse, defensive player of the year. Defensive rookie of the year. Led all rookies in pressures.
Pay him now. The sooner you pay him, the better off you'll be. Don't let that money get bad.
With Fisk, they did. They still have some work to do, but they are a pretty good team. They added Devontae Adams to the offense to go along with Puka and lost Cooper Kupp. But that team, to me, is poised. They're the elder statesmen. They're poised to make a run because they old.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I feel completely differently. I think this team is ready to fall off. I think that we're gonna be able to see here. They're playing the Steelers game, and what I mean by that is you have a quarterback who's older. You refuse to find a reasonable future-facing solution to this problem. And as we figured out pretty quickly, the draft this year, we think there are going to be some decent quarterbacks, but there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be looking for either a quarterback to start next year or a guy that they can start grooming for the future. So it's not going to be the most robust market in the world because everybody's going to want one. And they refuse to part with Matt Stafford, who has not practiced all offseason. He just
coming in game one, according to the NFL today.
He coming in off vibes. And as much as that sounds, I think that a lot of people like that. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I don't think that's a very good plan at all. I think that that's the reason you even saw old ass Flacco get out there and be like, hey, man, let me run a few plays before I get my ass out there at 75 years old and try to figure out if I still got it or not. Them reps matter. You want to take a couple snaps. You don't want to be hit, but you want to be bumped. You want to know that life is real. And Matt Stafford not being bumped all offseason and coming in trying to, he's got to be the guy too. It's not like he can come in and lean. You got to come in and be the man. I think that this is one foot in the grave.
Yeah, they start off with Houston. They start off with the AFC South with Houston and Tennessee and at Philadelphia. Those are the first three. At home versus Houston, at Tennessee, at Philadelphia. Indianapolis, San Francisco, at Baltimore, Jacksonville. That's the first half of their schedule.
You're going to lose damn near every other
500. That's 500, you would assume.
Yeah.
So then you have New Orleans. You have division opponent, Tampa Bay, Carolina.
Rough game, easy game.
Division opponent, Detroit's division opponent, which is Seattle, Atlanta, Arizona. So you basically play all your division games in the second half of the season. They don't play one division game in the first half. That's can be a setup for success. You could rush up the standings pretty quickly, or you could be out of it.
Exactly. I think that the thing that you got to monitor with this team more than anything is health. Health is it. Health is the definition of wealth around here. If they can keep him healthy and upright, then I think they have a pretty good chance of making it difficult on people. I could also see the fact that, I mean, you got to know that, Brokeback Stafford is a thing.
Whoa.
His back is broken, spinal.
Yeah, they got to be able to run the ball with Kyron Williams and Blake Corum, which was a decent 1-2 punch when you actually. But they got to be able to run the ball.
Boy, Reggie said, "Whoa."
They got Poona Ford on defense. They signed Atlanta Hawks legend Nate Landman to their starting quarterback. Linebacker.
Falcons. That boy want to get the basketball already.
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough because Nate Landman cannot cover anybody. He is a downhill linebacker, old school.
Good luck.
That's gonna be tough. I mean,
I think that you think, and they got Kobe over there too. Like, I think they're just going maybe just try to pass rush only.
Yeah,
just get to you before you get to them.
Like the Broncos.
Yep,
that's how the Broncos play. They play man only.
Crash out, baby.
They don't do anything. That's better. They don't do anything else. The over under for them is 10 wins. I can see 10-7. It's another 10-7 year.
All these teams about the same. That is the good part about this situation is anybody can get it. And if you string together a couple wins, you could really get it done here. I think about the same things. I think potentially best case scenario for them is 10-7.
Yeah, that's where I see them. So 10-7. So right now we have them 10-7, and we have the Cardinals. I have them at 8-9, 9-8. I'll say 8-9. So now we go to Seattle, which is the most intriguing team in the division to me.
Yes.
They were 10-7 last year, quietly.
And spent big money. Now they have big quarterback change. Geno Smith to the Los Angeles Raiders. Boy, the Vegas Raiders. And then now they have, we don't know if he's Sam Darnold or Scam Darnold. If he's Sam Darnold, if he was the man from last year, then massive win. If he is the guy for the New York Jets, massive loss because he was not cheap. He was not cheap.
Yeah, man, they got 6 new starters on the offensive side of the ball. You mentioned Geno. They also had DK was gone, so now you got Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's going to be the X. Tyler Lockett is now in Tennessee. No, not Tennessee. We just talked about him, but he's somewhere. Tyler Lockett is gone. They basically done a flip. So I'm interested to see how they play, and what the offense is going to look like. They still have Kenneth Walker III, I believe, is still there.
Yep. This is a team. I think that this is let's see if Sam Darnold is real. If Sam Darnold is real, then at that point, we can really invest around here and possibly have us a team. If he's not, then we can throw everything away and start over with mostly a clean slate, and a solid budget. I don't think they're into many bad contracts. So to me,
the Rams, yeah, I mean they're in the build part because they get rid of picks or they get rid of contracts or both.
And the other part, if Sam Darnold don't work, let me go ahead and give y'all the draft class. Gray Zabel, offensive guard from North Dakota State. Nick Amanwari, safety from South Carolina, who's really good. Elijah Arroyo, tight end from Miami, who had a very solid season. Jalen Milroe, quarterback from Alabama. I bet Alabama wish they had him back now. Riley Mills, defensive tackle for Notre Dame. Troy Horton, wide receiver for Colorado State. Robbie Oates, tight end from Alabama. Bryce Cabaldue, offensive tackle for Kansas. And Damian Martinez, running back from Miami. This is they're trying to figure out what these guys are first across the board, I think.
Young team. This seems like a year of turnover for a lot of teams in the NFL. So a lot of teams that are incorporating a lot of young assets and young players and playing them a lot earlier now.
I think that teams want that flexibility and to have that ability to not be locked into, a lot of money, because there are assets that will be coming free, and you want to be able to have the optionality to be able to acquire those guys, especially if you're not sure if you're playing for a championship. If you're not playing for a championship, then it's like, let's see how this plays out first.
Yeah, man. I definitely agree. So we both agree they're around 10-7 at the peak for the Rams. And then we talked about Seattle. I think Seattle. Oh, we didn't look at the schedule. That's the one thing we forgot to do.
Seattle.
It should be similar, but I think I just look for the home games.
Let's look. So 49ers. I mean, they start. Jeez. You start out 49ers, you should win. Steelers, you probably should win. You don't know what you're going to get out of Aaron Rodgers. Saints, you should win. Cardinals, I think the expectation is they're going to be the favorite. Lose to the Bucks, beat the Jags, Texans, Commanders, Cardinals again, Rams, Titans, Vikings, Falcons, Colts. This schedule's not bad.
Not bad at all, actually. So I see
they could go. Sam Darnold, you need to do your job, brother. That's the best way I can tell you.
1, 2, 3. That Arizona, Tampa Bay, Houston, Washington, Arizona, LA Rams with Jacksonville sprinkled in there. Tennessee, Minnesota, Atlanta. That's a nice little run in the season now.
Do your job. Do your
Seattle. This schedule's not doing y'all any favors. To me,
do your job.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do your job.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9-8. I see 9-8 for y'all. That's it for me, which puts the Rams right now in first place with the Cardinals and Seattle battling it out for second place. And then that brings up the 49ers, who have potentially or have the potential to be the worst team in the NFC West. This is a team that has done I don't know what to call it. Is it like a soft reset?
Hell no, not when you pay Brock Purdy all that money.
Well, they paid Brock Purdy, but they got rid of Debo.
They didn't do a reset. They ran out of money. When you get somewhere and you didn't put all this stuff in your cart, and then they start telling you the price of the thing, you start putting them back. You're not resetting. You setting back.
Yeah, you are. You resetting your list. That is a full reset. No, but they got rid of so they kept Nick Bosa and Fred Warner and gonna use them as like the building blocks, but they had to draft Michael Williams. They lost all of those free agents that they signed in the last 2 years where they had to spend the money. They just decided not to spend the money. And they took all the money. Well, they did spend it. They just took all the money from a bunch of people and gave it to one person.
Right.
And I think they kind of set him up. They added Brian Robinson Jr. and Sky Moore on offense, but other than that, I mean, your starting wide receivers are Jawan Jennings, Marquez, who you had to pay, Marquez Valdez.
Did they pay him?
Ricky Pearsall. They did pay him, didn't
they? Hey, hold on, chat. Hold on. Let's make sure he got paid, because last time I heard he wanted to be paid and had a trade request. And yesterday was the first time he practiced in 36 days.
Ooh, so now you got
nobody, baby.
Hey man, but your man though, hey, this is a chance for the guy that you swear by to be able to make his mark with quarterback Brock Purdy. It's gonna be Ivory and Ivory over there. Ricky Pearsall and Brock Purdy. Y'all can have at it.
I'm gonna run the draft class real quick here. Michael Williams, edge, Georgia. Alfred Collins, defensive tackle, Texas. Excellent pickup. Nick Martin, linebacker, Oklahoma State. Upton Stout, cornerback, Western Kentucky. CJ West, defensive tackle, Indiana. Jordan Watkins, wide receiver, Ole Miss. Jordan James, running back, Oregon. Marquez Sigele, safety, Kansas State. Curtis Rourke, quarterback, Indiana. Clearly, defense meant the world to them. Obviously, they don't have a wide receiver to focus on at this point. You don't know when you're gonna get Ayuk back. I mean, y'all know I love Ricky, but he also got shot last year. Juwan Jennings hadn't practiced in 36 days, and this is
Demarcus
game
Robinson is suspended. Like, bro, like.
Hey, whoa! Shout out to my brother Cedric, who told me that they was gonna go 12-5.
Hey, Shanahan, you always wanted to where everybody got to listen to you. You gonna have to coach your way. This is gonna have to be a hell of a coaching.
And that is the thing. I think that Shanahan's a good coach, but I think there has to become a point where you try to go too cheap at quarterback. Jimmy G, Brock Purdy, you try to get these guys, and you think I just don't think that works. Don't.
No. Well, it did.
No.
It did. It did work.
It got close.
That's working. If you go cheap at the quarterback and you build around him, you make it all the way to the Super Bowl, and you lose to Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it worked. You got to where no other team could get to. It just you ran in the pat. It's
but
tight.
It's not. Yeah, but that's the only time that they actually went. Like one shot is not. I don't think it's enough. Not for this team. Not with all the players they've had.
They went twice. They went twice in 3 years. Jimmy G and Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy got hurt. And Greenlaw tore his Achilles.
I personally don't think it's enough, but
well, I mean, they didn't either. They did a soft reset. They didn't got rid of all them defensive players. Drake Greenlaw gone. All of them are gone. So, it is what it is. Now, your schedule, you don't get a bye week until week 14. You play 13 weeks in a row, and you already hurt. And you got man of glass Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
And you play 2, 4, 6, 8 games on the road. 8 of your first 13 are on the road at Seattle, at New Orleans, Arizona, Jacksonville, at Los Angeles, and you playing division games at the Rams, at Tampa. You play at the Rams, then at Tampa Bay, then home versus Atlanta, then at Houston, at New York Giants, home versus the Rams, at Arizona, now at Cleveland versus Carolina. While some of those away games aren't tough, they're gonna be tough out of fatigue and travel.
Hey, but I don't care. don't care, not one bit. Cry me a river, build me a boat, you swim over it. How about that? Don't care.
So they get a bye week, and then they end with Tennessee, Indianapolis, Chicago, and Seattle.
Hey, Shanahan. If this don't work out with Raheem, hit my line. We'll get you. There's a quarterback waiting. There's a quarterback waiting on you.
There's a team in waiting. You ain't got to do nothing. All you got to do is plug and play. Ain't nothing else for you to do. You got the running back, the slot receiver, the wide out, the tight end, the zone blocking scheme. You got everything that you could possibly need.
Exactly.
Or you just, if it does work out, hey man, they already talking about Zach Taylor gonna be a head coach somewhere soon. Shanahan, you get tired, you come right on in. OC. You loved Atlanta. But, okay, so with this schedule, 13 games in a row, 8 on the road, I'm going to take the baseball philosophy. You hope to go 4-4 on the road. So that's 4 wins. I'm going to say Seattle. I'm sorry. New Orleans, Cleveland, somewhere else. I don't know where you're going to get the other 2. But you go you going to get something. So that's tough though. So even if you split on the road, at home you got Arizona.
What did he say? No way out.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another 8, 9, 9, 8. I see 9 and 8.
With no injuries.
To go 8, 9. Really,
with no
I could
injuries.
Really see 6 and 11.
But McCaffrey had the double Achilles. Hey, it's a lot of money for a guy who I think is probably
might be time to sell. Might be fire sale. Get rid of everybody. Well, I mean, ain't nobody else to get rid of.
What you want to buy? Fire sale means you have things that people want to buy. It ain't nothing over there. Nothing.
No, they got rid of everybody. So, that means I have a close battle in the entire division, but in the NFC West, I have the Rams on top 10-7, barring any catastrophic injuries or anything, just looking at the preseason.
I don't. The Rams, this is going to be really good football to watch, but I don't know who you can pick because Stafford back is broken in year 17. 49ers, Christian McCaffrey leg gonna fall off. I think I'm looking at Seattle as the guys who really should do it.
But that schedule's crazy, though.
I don't know, man. Y'all fight it out. Bite somebody on the face.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the NFC West. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and go see some of the rest of the shows we have. We did it for each division. They're all posted. They're all ready for you. They all have timestamps and chapters, so you should be able to see it. And then none of them are more than an hour. I think most of them are 30 minutes. So it should be quick.
In your feed now, we talked about your team. Tell us how you feel. And we may or may not agree with you. Outside of that, this is a Dive Team Media production. And me and Reggie's out of here.
Peace.
Wait, hold on. What should they do? Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. We in for it.